Hello, this is Mr. Taylor. Just reaching out and letting you know some information about our virtual parent-teacher conference coming up. I'm going to share some slides with you about some information about how class is going and what you can expect for a parent-teacher conference. So your student is in an essentials math class with me, and I've been so impressed with this chaotic year with masks and COVID and everything that's going on, just at how hard these students have been working. I appreciate the time, energy, and effort, and I know that you're working on your end to provide a good environment for your children. I'm doing the best that I can to make sure there's a good learning environment for your students as well. Currently, we're learning our essential concepts for 8th grade math. Primarily, we're building our algebraic skills to get ready for our solving equations unit that will start in early October. So far, we've looked at order of operations and negative numbers with integers. We've also looked at combining like terms, using the distributive property, and simplifying expressions. That'll get us into solving equations, which starts next. Right now, your students should be working on Unit 2, which is on the basics of algebra, and they have two important big packets they should have pretty much completed by now. One is a big yellow packet. This is the note packet that should be completed, and the other is a big white packet. That's the practice assignment or homework packet that goes along with Unit 2. So if you look through your student's binder or math work and make sure they have those two packets done, that would be great. Those two packets are due the day of the test. Speaking of the test, if your student is in one of my 8A classes, they'll take the test for Unit 2 on Monday, September 28th. And if they're in one of my B-Day classes, the test for them is Tuesday, September 29th. Those packets will be due on that test day. They'll need to turn that in and they'll take the test on those days. We use these packets as opportunities for students to practice the essential concepts, so it's important that they're taking notes in class and then completing the practice assignments or homework at home. Math, for good or for bad, is not just passive. You can't just sit and listen and learn math that way. Math has to be active, and so we need students doing the math, participating in the math, and doing the practice assignments. So if you'll follow up and make sure that those packets are done, I would appreciate it. And once again, those packets are due on the day of the test when we take the Unit 2 test. Just want to go through a sample Skyward progress report. As you get emailed progress reports from me and other teachers, this is what the information is saying. So we've got that their overall grade would be in this section with their percentage, and then this is how we weight or categorize our grades in math. Half their grade is made up of their test scores, so 50% is testing, 30% is from their quizzes that they take each day, and then 20% is their assignments or their practice in their packets. As you go through an entire progress report, it's grouped as far as categories. The assignments are up at the top, quizzes are in the middle, and the very bottom are the tests. Just want to make you aware that because math is so important and we need students to learn these concepts for this year and for next year's math class, students can retake, redo, resubmit any assignment, quiz, or test. So that's important for the learning to happen, but also that would improve their grades as well. So we want to make sure that students are aware of that. They can redo a test, a quiz, an assignment for a better grade, but more importantly, so they better show mastery of those concepts. As far as a test retake policy, we have on the 8th grade math team a universal policy that students can do a retake. There's a few requirements though. Before they can do a retake, I want to make sure that they have their unit notes and practice assignment packets completed. Work must be shown, that must be done and turned in. They must also complete the unit practice test, and that is done before the test in class together. So we want to make sure that is done and turned in. And then lastly, they'll get their original test back from me. It will have been graded and they'll see what mistakes they've made. I'll need students to go through a process called test corrections. That's where they go through and fix their mistakes that they've made. They identify what they did wrong and they fix that so they won't make the same mistake on the retake test. And once they've done that process, they've made sure their packets are turned in, they've done the practice test, and they fixed their mistakes on the original test, then they are free to take a retake on the test. But just for full disclosure, whatever they get on the retake, whatever their new score is their new score, for better, for worse. But 99% of all students who do a retake do better. That's why they do the retake. Just want to make sure students are taking it seriously. They take the first attempt seriously and the retake as well, so they know that this counts and that score is going to stick. And if you're wondering where to get resources, if your student wants to redo a quiz or they need the packets or things like that, we've got some great options online. So this is our link to our 8th grade math website. This is our public website. You don't need to log in to access it. We've got a QR code that you could use and use your phone, your camera to take a picture of that. It'll send you directly to our website. This website has lesson videos, answer keys, and copies to all the assignments. Everything we do in class is on the website. How students actually turn in some of their work and quizzes is actually through their Canvas, and you do need a login. Students have a district login or district email or Gmail account. This is our landing page in Canvas. Students should be very familiar with this. They use this every single day in class to take a quiz. And if you actually click into a particular unit or module, then you'll see a lesson page as an option. And these lesson pages, once again, have a full lesson video. If they're gone, if they miss class, they can watch the video. It can be sped up or slowed down or rewatched. We've got links to our notes packets, our homework packet. There's even a video that goes along with the assignment for like some free answers to guide you through. And we've got the answer key, so students get some feedback as to if they're doing things correctly or what mistakes they might be making. In addition to their white assignment packet, they'll do a little check-in assignment in Canvas. They'll type in a few answers to get some more feedback on how they're doing, and then we take a quiz the next day. So all of these great resources are online through Canvas or a public website. Hopefully I've addressed a lot of the frequently asked questions that might come up. If not, we do have an option that where we could meet virtually this year for parent-teacher conference. The school isn't actually doing walk-in face-to-face meetings this year. Instead, we're going to use like Google Meet meetings or just phone calls to answer any questions you might have. So if you're interested in chatting with me, I'd love to meet with you virtually this year. I'm going to be holding meetings on Thursday, October 1st from 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock p.m. What I'll need you to do is we need to set up an appointment or schedule a time to meet. So if you could email me through my district email, which is btaylor@alpinedistrict.org, then I'll get back with you and we'll see if you would like a phone call or like to meet via Google Meet, like sort of like a FaceTime situation. And we can set up a time during that window on October 1st. It would work for you and for me, and then we can chat about how your student is doing and how math is going. This is certainly not a requirement, so if you don't really have any questions, then I would just say look at Skyward for grades, and Canvas is the way to submit or turn things in. But if you're interested in setting up a time, please email me. And once again, I've been so impressed with the students' resilience this year. They've really come back strong after a weird 6 months off of school. I appreciate how hard they're working. The time, the energy, the effort, the patience, and the kindness that they're showing has been great. So I just want to say good job to you parents and to you students. Keep doing what you're doing, and remember, we row together. All right, thanks.